Welcome to the Carolina Justice Report. I'm Rainey with the Lovely Law Firm. Today I'm here with attorneys Sarah Austin and Amy Lawrence, and we are going back into the Murdaugh murders with a new update. Well, another side piece of this that is recent is, Maggie's finances were looked at recently, and they were saying that in her account she had only $58. Why is that something that's of importance? Are they wondering why there was only that much in there?
We know from her family that she had very expensive taste, right?
Right.
I think she owed, for somebody who only had $58 in their account, I think she left owing like $20,000 for some custom curtains.
Wow.
For her home. It just all doesn't jive.
But it's just was it moved before she passed?
Right.
Was it moved after she passed? I'm sure that's what SLED and the FBI are doing.
Sure.
For it to be taking this long, for them, I thought they announced that they had a suspect like a while ago. And so for them to be taking this long, I feel like they must be putting together a bigger story.
A way bigger story.
Yeah.
Keeping tight-lipped about everything. So where is Alex now? What's he doing? Is he still in rehab?
He's sitting in jail.
He's
Richland
in jail.
County. Yep.
Okay.
I think he had his fourth bond.
He's working out according to his jail house calls.
He's still talking
making
on the phone.
friends, talking like insatiably, not making good choices.
And what is he waiting on? Is he waiting on evidence to keep piling in, or is he
waiting for his trial date? But I think that we're only going to see more charges.
Sure.
As this unfolds, they just keep piling up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he ever comes out of jail. I think, at least from listening to his jail phone calls are kind of hard. Sometimes he talks very positively, like he's going to come out of jail, but it sounds like he's plotting for Buster to have this great life. I don't think he thinks that he's going to.
I think he's trying to live vicariously.
Well, and that's been a question too. There's not really any mentions of mourning the loss of Maggie and Paul with his phone calls.
And I'll tell you this. Everybody handles grief differently, right?
True, very true.
And as you get older, you realize that everybody handles everything differently, and I totally get that. And it's been almost a year, and I think that you kind of triage life. Mm-hmm. So I don't really hold that against him.
He has bigger problems really now.
You're triaging things, and so you can't really grieve your child and your wife because you're literally fighting for your own. Mm-hmm. And then you're also in your head, even though Buster is out and doing well, he has a job, he's financially secure and all those things, and has family and friends to support him and love him. He, in his head, I'm sure, because he's a parent, that he's got to, fight to make sure he's okay.
Sure.
And so you can't really grieve somebody if you're triaging your life and trying to keep everything else afloat. You're treading water.
Well, and I wonder how Buster is doing now. I know you said he has a job and everything, but I don't know. Does he need some sort of security these days, or?
I think
he has it.
I think that he's
feel
just
less
fine.
sympathy for Alec Murdaugh. I think that he's not talking about his wife. I think he knows where the money is. Mm-hmm. We're all, where's the money? He knows where it is. He doesn't want to say anything wrong or talk about his wife and Paul. Or I think even as a criminal defense lawyer, you just shut up and don't talk about anything. So we can't really talk about his wife and his kid dying are part of this whole thing. He can't really talk about any of it without possibly incriminating himself in some other part of it.
In our lawyer friend circle, we all will go have dinner or go to happy hour. We have these huge, really
table discussions, debates
about who killed Maggie and Paul, and we all everybody takes a position, and some people think that he had something to do with it. I can't speak for Maggie. I can wrap my mind around killing a spouse. I'm sorry, Justin, but the one person you don't kill in a lifetime is your child.
Yeah.
You would die for your kid. You would spend your last dime, trying to save your babies. Mm-hmm. So I just can't wrap my mind around him intentionally trying to hurt his kid.
Well, and of course, I know that you've probably heard a lot of the debates around the call. There's some sort of recording, the police call, where Alex, I guess, finds them dead.
Yeah, the 911 call.
Yeah, and people claim, some people say they can hear it and some say they can't, but saying something like, Paul, I told you not to get involved, or oh, Paul, you weren't supposed to be involved, something like that.
I think-
is that something that's?
I just think Paul wasn't supposed to be home.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise.
Some
Paul
people think that
wasn't supposed to
maybe
be
Paul
there. I
wasn't
just
supposed
took
to
it
be
as-
there.
Theory is, like I said, I can wrap my mind around killing a spouse, right? We've seen that time and time again, but we don't kill our children.
Right.
We die for them. We kill for them. We don't kill them. But I mean, women lift cars, right? And buses off of children. We don't kill our kids. And I could see if you were going to kill somebody, you kill a spouse, and then somehow your kid's not supposed to be there, and they get wrapped up in it. You know what I mean? That I can wrap my mind around, 100%.
Yep.
But I can't wrap. People are like, oh, he was costing the family too much money. He was like, rogue, and I'm like, you don't. It didn't matter. Like I said, you would spend your last dime
Right.
trying to save your babies. You don't, and we see that time and time again.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I can't
I've got
even
theories.
speculate who was involved.
The
but
more that comes out, the more confusing it gets. I feel
yeah,
like.
when I heard the 911 call, I thought he was just like, and I also heard that Paul was actually supposed to be like in Colombia or something. Like it was just like, Paul, like why the hell?
Why are you even home?
Why were you even in this situation at all?
Yeah.
You should be in Colombia. Like what?
You should
Why
be
are
at college.
you here? So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I got from it.
Yeah.
That's the only part of this that seemed a little bit innocent.
That, and also it was the 911 call, and people also don't realize that call was chopped up. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't chopped up by the Murdaugh family. It was chopped up by 911 and SLED when they released it, because they took things out of it that were personal identification.
Gotcha.
things.
Yeah, they took parts
So you're having piece of it taken out. So we're not also
We're not getting the full story.
right.
Yeah.
Not in complete context.
Oh boy. Well, thanks, ladies, for chatting about this once again. Of course, we're going to stay on these Murdaugh murders, and there's so much more that comes out daily. So we will, of course, inform you when we know more. Send us your questions. If you guys have any questions for us to address on the next one, let us know. Of course, you can head on YouTube to see the previous episodes. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, you can visit justiceislovely.com if you have questions as well to contact us. Thank you so much for watching the Carolina Justice Report today. We'll see you next time.
When life gets ugly.